Everybody's got a song called Rockstar, running up the pop charts, hugging all they do. I've been Houdini with my commas, my mama getting all these new tattoos. And I ain't saying that I'm Nickelback, kicking it in Cali with today's Susu. But everybody's got a song called Rockstar. Lately I've been feeling like one, so I wrote one to let it go.
I've already searched. I'm in the searching right now. Alright, I'm searching. That's why people left.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight, it's the Thursday opener for the new NFL season, as it'll be the Atlanta Falcons taking on the Snowhawks of Anchorage. About set to begin another week of football, and happy to have you along. We are underway on Thursday night primetime. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Here we go, 18, pioneer.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Right side to Williams. Down the sideline he goes. Touchdown, Falcons. Jamison Williams, 61 yards. And the Falcons are on the board here first in the season opener. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Looking to put a drive together.
Tag! 70, go!
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And back to the 30. It'll be second down. Well, for years we thought Seattle was the Pacific Northwest. Not anymore. NFL football has arrived here in Anchorage, and folks in these parts are understandably beyond excited to see just what the future holds. Blitz coming, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. Facing some long odds here if they hope to convert, as they're well behind the original line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And not too much going there as he'll get it up to the 23-yard line. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down. An ideal start defensively. They already have the touchdown. Now they get the stop.
Just like they drew it up on the chalkboard. Does that sound dated? Right? Am I out of touch a little bit?
It's all right.
All right, grease board, computer, exactly what you want, though. Score on your first drive, stop them on the first drive defensively.
Daniels going to throw for it. To the right side, complete to Taylor. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. When the rookie QB gets his first touchdown pass, that's one you put in the trophy case. First career interception, that's going to be one he wants to forget.
Yeah, and he's not going to go ask for the football. Right? You can keep that one. The key for him, what does he learn from it? When he watches the tape, does he have an answer right now where he already understands what mistake he made? That's what the coaches are going to want to know, and that's what they'll grill him on and see how he grows from it.
Daniels looking to throw. Now he's going to step up and run. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
That's an early scramble to be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. Here we go on 4th down. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And that will force a turnover on downs. On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down.
It's a gain of 10. 1st down, Atlanta.
Here we go. Go.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. Here's a 2nd and 5.
Here we go. Set. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. Panther 6.
From the gun, Gibbs will get it. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Throw over the middle, he finds Williams. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. And he's going to be touched down right at the line of scrimmage. only needed a few inches to pick it up and get behind your center and burrow forward like he did.
And remember what the GMs have told us? We build an offensive line starting with our center, the guy who can make all the line calls and also move those big defensive tackles in order to pick up first downs.
Yeah, he's just going to run right into that big old defensive end, and that play going nowhere. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
19, Tiger, 19, Tiger. Panther 11, Panther 11.
Second and 11. Able to hook up with Williams here on the out route. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Jamison Williams, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Falcons lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Extra point right.
Will Reichard to kick off.
They go, and they kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Down the left sideline. Inside the 10. Touchdown. A great play there. 65 yards. And the Snowhawks are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Extra point by Butker is on target. And that'll make our score 14-7. Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Harrison Butker set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. Their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better.
Down the right sideline. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A big play there. 71 yards. And the Falcons are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And it's now 21-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42. Great return.
Now that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
As they've got it second down and 11. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. 82 yards rushing for him in this first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to third and manageable with that run.
And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on third down.
46-yard line.
They go play action. Daniels. He's going to air one out. And this is caught. And all the way in for the touchdown. Dante Thornton, 46 yards. And the Snowhawks have cut it back within a score. It took them a while to get their speedster involved, but they found him downfield there.
And what we've discovered as we've watched games is the speedster doesn't have to have a lot of catches, doesn't have to have volume in order to have a huge impact on the game. His speed scares the heck out of defenses, and other guys can capitalize. But when you finally hit him and he carries it all the way to the end zone, that's what you're paying him for. That big threat that can make big plays on a limited number of catches.
That's how you step on the stage with your first catch. Take it to the house. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
60 Bobcat! 60 Bobcat! Go, Reed! Go, Petty!
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. Another completion there, and you think about the draft back in the spring. He's selected in the first round, getting the start here, as we mentioned, in week 1. It's got to be quite a whirlwind for a young quarterback.
Absolutely, because going in the first round, people are going to clamor for you to be the starter right away, but many teams want you to get your feet wet first, maybe just kind of hang out behind a veteran starter. In this case, though, he ascended right to the top roll, and I know he's excited about the opportunity.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
This offense in mid-season form here in the opener. It's 1st and 10.
Viking 18! 70 Ranger! 70 Ranger!
Back to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
They'll take over at 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
60 Bison! 60 Bison!
To throw is Daniels. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards there as they move the chains. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Now a handoff running through the middle. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 99 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. Play 3 of the drive not as successful. They go backwards after those 2 first down gains. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here.
Panther 11, Panther 11.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Okay,
They'll go
break.
again here from the 10-yard line on second and goal.
Ready? 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Mustang 19. Set. Hurt. 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 Right there, hurt. Buffalo 18. Ready.
To the air goes Daniels. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. And that one really pushes him back. A loss of 9. And now it's third and goal after the sack.
Get it. Panther 6.
Throwing now is Daniels. Now they go screen. It's complete. Fights through it. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. A big play, but still not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the first down.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
They'll try and run for it. And this is going to come up well short as they stop him on 4th down. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. This drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Open down, there's Darnell Washington. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. A nice completion there for the first down. And Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action week 1. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We certainly have, partner. How about Joe Burrow with the Bengals in 2020? He was excellent. Kyler Murray with the Cardinals. The best part about his game, has his team around the brink of the playoffs. And Deshaun Watson has won division titles after having started from day 1.
That one goes for 24 yards.
That's another Falcons first down. 24-yard gain on the play. First down, Falcons.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Washington's got it. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Falcons first
There we
down.
go.
First
50
and 10
Eagles.
at the
Cut
36-yard
19.
line.
Cut 19.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Going underneath, Gibbs has it. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Now 2nd and 3.
29-yard line.
Let's go. Ready.
Back to throw again. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And they'll get this down to the 10. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, out of the locker rooms, here they come. Their first drive of the third quarter. And, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, but we got a tight one set up to be a very entertaining second half.
And as we know, partner, in the NFL, there's trailing and there's trailing, right? Sometimes you're discouraged by how much you're down, but in this case, this is a tight ball game, so there's a sense of optimism here. I think they went into half and looked at their play sheet and said, these are the plays we really like. What do you say we use them to start the second half and get us going?
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer. Now 2nd and 9. Off the play fake, Daniels. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And now it's 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Let's go. Oh, yeah, you got it.
Here's Daniels. He's into the secondary. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. A great effort there. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Snowhawks are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change the mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective because they already knew this is going to be a hard-fought game. Now they just need to go out, execute their game plan, and keep moving.
From the 34-yard line, here's a 2nd and 5.
Bronco switch.
Another run for Gibbs here. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Bronco 80.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They'll try and run for it. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And that will force a turnover on downs. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Bronco 80.
Play action, now it's Daniels. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. And he'll be touched down at the end, but a big play on that one. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal.
60 by 6.
Now Daniels. And it's caught. Touchdown. Dante Thornton. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Snowhawks have scored again in this 3rd quarter, this time to move out in front. Butker on for the PAT. And it's good. That makes it a 28-21 game.
Makes the score Snowhawks 28, Falcons 21.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And they're going to have terrific field position as they finally get to him, but just shy of the midfield stripe.
That strong return has set them up nicely for this drive, and we all know the next score is going to have a major impact on this game.
He gets this out wide to Gibbs. Unable to corral him. He fights through. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big play there on the catch and run. 33 yards.
First and 10.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And his throw here is incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his...
He'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Jameson Williams with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Falcons are an extra point away from evening this one up. The Falcons are going to leave the offense out there. They'll go for 2.
The Falcons will line up for the 2-point conversion.
They'll try and throw for it. And he's going to be taken down. It's a sack, and a big sack at that. This remains a 1-point game. So we're back to a 1-point game now as the kickoff comes. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
At their own 31-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have played so strongly. You look at the scoreboard, you probably, with the way they played, you would think the margin would be a lot bigger, right?
You would, and in your experience, how many times have we run into coaches where they've talked about, hey, we just want to put it in the hands of our defense and have them win the game? In this case,
yeah, not the case.
Not at all. You want to put it in the hands of your offense, but you always feel better about seeing defense because you think defense is a constant and offense kind of comes and goes. Today, this game, no, they need their offense to stay on a really high level.
They've been hot so far. From the 48-yard line, here's second down and a yard. Here's a give up the middle. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 135 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Now Daniels going to keep it. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
Partner, the good ones have a clock running in their head, okay? Because it says something like this: I've got this many seconds to find a target. After that, I have to tuck it and try and get some yardage on this first down snap. He doesn't just get some yards, though. He gets a big gain, and they'll come right back with another 1st and 10.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Savon Rebel. And the Falcons are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And they start things off with a carry by Gibbs here. And a hard-earned yard there as he ran through one would-be tackler. It's second down.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he lifts up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Short completion, just 4 yards. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Back to throw here. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Good clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3-and-out.
The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on 4th down? They're going to try and throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down.
First down.
Here we go, here we go. Bronco 80.
First down, Atlanta.
Trap 60, trap 60.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Pressure comes, and down he goes. Mike Green. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down.
And the Falcons.
4th quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Prime Time. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. A couple of 1st downs has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. Gibbs straight ahead. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Nicky Manwari. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
42-yard line.
Come on, set. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Cougar 19. Let's go.
Daniels looking to throw. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. The 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
That's good for an Anchorage. 1st down.
Cowboy 80.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Now a handoff running through the middle. He finds some way to turn this into positive yardage as he struggles forward for a pickup of about 2.
13-yard line.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down.
19 tight, 19 tight. Cowboy, Panther 11, Panther 11. Ready.
Looking to throw. Daniels. Touchdown! A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Snowhawks are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead. Extra point by Butker is on target. And that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it.
Harrison Butker is set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive.
Let's go now.
Still plenty of time here in the 4th quarter. In just a 1-possession game, down 8. They'll be looking for the touchdown and 2-point conversion. A field goal here on this drive does very little at this stage. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. They'll drop to throw. Open man, that's Malik Neighbors. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That throw right on the money from the quarterback from Michigan. It's a first down.
First down. It's a gain of 20. And the Falcons first down.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Finds Gibbs on the check down. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And it'll be second down.
Let's go. 70 Rangers. 70 Rangers.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. They'll look to throw again. And it is caught. And he's going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So a nice throw there. And, CD, I have to think you've been impressed with what you've seen thus far here in his debut.
You know me well. I have been impressed because what I've seen is him starting to understand how to play the game in a short amount of time. The dazzling plays, they'll come with experience. But right now, we're seeing him handle the game, make all the smart plays, and the right reads.
19.
Second and 9 now. That pass caught. It's Williams. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's first and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give to Gibbs. Now second down and a few inches. They'll go again with Gibbs. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Jahmyr Gibbs, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Falcons have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th.
19 tight. 19 tight. Buffalo 18.
In motion goes the tight end.
Ready.
They'll look to throw. And he's got it. The conversion good, and we are tied in the 4th. Still time to work with on the clock, but they wanted the tie now, and they got it.
And I love their aggressiveness. Go ahead and get it done. Get the game tied. Now your team has the momentum, and you're staring across the field saying, let's see if you can match us.
What a start to the season this has been. Back and forth, all tied 4th quarter as the kick is away here. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. This is first and 10.
Come on.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. Stop shy of the 45. Showed off a nice little move on the play, though. All tied up, less than 2 minutes to go. Here comes second down. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was. And now it's third down.
To the air goes Daniels. And he'll be stopped right at midfield.
Now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You still got time, but get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's first and 10 now. To throw is Daniels. There's a nice move. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Let's go.
Throwing now is Daniels. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. The way he's thrown the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like that there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions. That means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
Let's go. Practice. Ready, go. Dragon 60. Go.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Slant around, and he finds Thornton. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the 4th. Butker now to add the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now.
Makes the score Snowhawks 42, Falcons 35.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here's 1st and 10.
Ready, 7 Pirates. 79. Ready.
Back to throw. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Boy, Charles, you hate to see this for a rookie quarterback. You're hoping it doesn't shake his confidence, but that confidence, it might be shaken because that is 4 interceptions for him now in this ballgame.
It has to be shaken. Wouldn't be human if you weren't. Doesn't matter whether you're a rookie or a veteran. 4 interceptions, you're not sure what you're doing out there. So to me as a coaching staff, I would think very hard about getting him out and trying again another day.
Ready.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. Well, partner, tonight was a great way to kick the season off. That before the game, probably as much pomp and circumstance to start a season as I can ever remember. And this is just game 1 of many to come sitting next to you. Really looking forward to it.
As am I. Great to be back in booth with you for another season. Great to get this year underway. You and I both know interesting is going to be the word. An extra week now as part of that newer 17-game season. What a fun opener tonight. We know the better games are still on their way, but I'm glad that we got started.
So for Anchorage, they begin the new campaign with a victory here in front of the home crowd in the Thursday opener. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Carolina Panthers. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
The thing about depression, you think your life is over. When I was all alone, you came and changed how I feel. Only you understand me, you fill me up completely. And when I'm self-destructive, you make me feel so pretty. You always pull me closer to let me know that it's real. When I look at you, baby, I get overjoyed. I feel it inside. Deep I think I chose this way of living now, but it chose me. You can hear me coming with a 6-2 humming, Guns N' Roses bumping through a 12.
It is time for football as we welcome you to another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, we've got a good one in store. It's our visiting team and our home team.
Cam Little to kick off.
Mike Tirico and Greg Olsen with you. That's Cam Little set to start this. Off we go from Houston. A good return as it takes it across the 30.
They're on 31-yard line.
Here we go, set. 1918.
Taylor, the tight end, is in motion. Here's a first carry for their running back. He'll take this ahead. It's a pickup of 3. Cole Bishop up to make the play.
It's now 2nd and 6.
18, 5 years.
Throwing on 2nd down. Daniel. He's going to look for the home run ball. And he's going to be dragged down, but not until he's inside the 25.
It's a pickup of
They get big yardage on the deep ball. A pickup of 44 yards. Here's 1st and 10.
the 22-yard line.
Here's a run going left. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. 60 Bobcats, 60 Bobcats.
On 2nd down, it's Daniel. And he's in. Travis Hunter. Touchdown, Snowhawks. His first touchdown of the new campaign. Harrison Butker now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Snowhawks are very quickly out to a 7-0 lead. 7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. The return starts from the 5. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
They'll try to get the running game going. His first carry, and he'll get forward for a couple. Nick Emanwari is there to make the play.
2 yards on the
So these, Mike, are the body blow runs. They're not big gains. They're nothing fancy, but they really set that physical tone for the rest of the game where now a good play caller can use some of these early runs to set up something a little bit bigger down the road.
What is up?
Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And this will be a short pickup to about the 30. Christian Gonzalez comes in for the tackle.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Third and 5.
What is it?
And some problems communicating on 3rd down, and that's going to be a delay. So a much more difficult scenario now. It is 3rd and 10. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield. A gain of 24 through the air. First down for Houston. Up the middle they go. And he'll move this ahead for about 4 yards. Tyrese Knight in on the tackle. Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's second down and 6.
47-yard line.
They'll stick with him again. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
No gain on the play.
Well, this play, Mike, was clearly about the job of this defensive line. Great job holding their ground, forcing these blockers to be stood up. Nowhere to go for this running back, and they hold him to no gain.
Here comes 3rd and 6. Now this defense will use the first of their timeouts. They'll talk things over before 3rd down. Operating from the shotgun, in trouble, and he's going to be taken down. Walter Nolan. He gets in to drop him for his first sack of the young season. The Pioneers send out their kick team. Return there. The offense not going to be backed up as much as they could have. Drive's going to start from beyond the 20.
23-yard line.
Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. Now Daniels. He'll swing this one out wide to his running back. Now he's loose down the right sideline. And they're going to have this all the way down inside the 30-yard line. So a big one there to start the drive. And even 50 yards. Now Daniels throwing on 1st and 10. Quick throw, taken in. And he's in! Touchdown Anchorage. Now Butker to add the extra point. It's up and through. And the Snowhawks will extend their first quarter lead. It's now 14-0. So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. This will be returned from the 6. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin then.
Their own 25-yard line.
Down, it's Williams. That's over the middle and intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
So not a lot of yards on the return, Mike, but that's okay. The number one thing, end up with the ball in your hands. And in this case, mission accomplished, and his guys are headed off the field to celebrate.
Taylor, the tight end, is in motion. Off the play fake, here's Daniels. That's deep for the back of the end zone. And that ball led him too far, maybe too wide. Out of bounds, incomplete. Dante Thornton was the intended target. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
Ready, set.
And he'll get forward, give him about 4 yards before getting out of bounds, and that's going to bring up 3rd down.
3rd and 6.
Franco. Trap 60, trap 60. Let go.
They'll go play action here with Daniels. Taking off, he'll try to get there.
You've got to keep all your options on the table on third down, and that's exactly what this quarterback did. He's looking to throw it, nothing there. He pulls it down himself, and he's able to convert for the first down.
Gain of 7. Hendon Anchorage, first down.
Panther 11, Panther 11. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler.
On first down, Daniels. Here's a shot toward the end zone. That is caught. What a throw. Dante. His 4th TD grab of the season. Butker's extra point is good. And the Snowhawks will take themselves to a 21-0 lead. So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. He fields it at the 8. And he will be taken down here as the first quarter of play will come to an end. So after 21-0 is our score. More from Houston coming up in a moment. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24.
Vegas!
Throwing is Williams. There's Kyle Pitts with the grab. He's inside the 30. And he's going to take this all the way to the house. 76 yards. Touchdown, Houston. Extra point by Little is good. And the Pioneers get back in it. It is 21-7. Little now following the touchdown, out to kick this one away. From the 6, here comes a return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start.
At their own 28-yard line.
On play action, Daniels forced out wide, just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw when the pass is incomplete.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, just ends up being a wasted down.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. We'll try the right side this time. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
It's a gain of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
Third down and 9. Throwing now. Daniels. That's the Hunter. He's got it right side. And he's out of bounds, up close to the 45-yard line.
A gain of
15 yards through the air. That's enough for a first down.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Come on.
Play action. Here's Daniels. Forced to his right. Finding room at midfield. The tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line. First time these two have connected this afternoon, and it'll wind up being a first down.
First down, Snowhawks.
Now a give up the middle. Not much happening there. Just a short gain.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Here now, 2nd and 9 from the 39-yard line. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. Moving to his right. Off he goes. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 25-yard line. A great job of knowing when to go. He gets 17 yards on that run and a first down.
It's a gain of 17 yards. And an Anchorage first down.
60 Vikings, 60 Vikings, Warriors, 70. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates.
To throw is Daniels on 1st and 10. And he'll take it on in. Darquez Hunter. Touchdown, Anchorage. That's his second touchdown so far here in the first half.
Makes the score.
And that is number 2. Greg, he is off to some kind of start in this one. 2 quarters and 2 receiving touchdowns.
Mike, this is one of those situations where as a defensive coordinator, you've got to give your group an answer. Because right now, they don't have one for this guy.
And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field.
At their own 22-yard line.
Here's Williams on 1st and 10. That is incomplete. No way to force the football in there. Good coverage. It'll bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 22-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Williams. Quick throw here is complete. And he's going to be out of bounds at the 40-yard line. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down. To throw, it's Williams. Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete. Trying to get it to Kyle Pitts.
Brings up
It's 2nd down.
At the 40-yard line.
Past midfield to the 45. And he will score. Touchdown Pioneers. That's his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. Here's Cam Little for the PAT. He gets it to go, and the Pioneers are able to cut into the deficit.
28. Pioneers 14. Cam Little to kick
Little
off.
now following the touchdown, out to kick this one away. Here comes a return from the 5. Now an opening past the 30. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line.
At their own 37-yard line.
Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2.
He's brought down at the 39-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd
Ball on
and
the 39. Here's 2nd down and 7. Now a handoff running right. And he is planted backfield. Defenders crashing through. Blow up that play behind the line.
back at the 36.
3rd and 10.
Cougar 19.
Daniels now going to look to throw. He'll get this out to his running back. So, 2 minutes to play in a back and forth first half. Greg and I, back from Houston. In a moment.
On the count.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10.
Here we go. 70 line. Riggs.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels. Throwing left side there, but it is incomplete.
To the sideline.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Start. Ready.
Throwing is Daniel. They'll try to hit him with a screen. And that one's not fooling anyone. They were on that screen from the start. And a loss of yards on the play. 3rd and long.
60 Eagles. 60 Eagles.
Keep it in the air. Here's Daniels. And that is incomplete contact, but no flags. It's going to be 4th down.
I think as the offense comes to the sideline now, the quarterback and his wide receivers need to get together and say, hey, guys, what are you seeing out there? How can we find some open targets? Because on that last down, there was nowhere to go with the ball.
Check smash. Check smash. 18 Rattler. 18 Rattler.
They'll indeed go. It's Daniels. This one incomplete. The defense up to the challenge there. They force the incompletion, and they'll take the ball over on down.
Turnover on downs.
And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
On 2nd down, it's Williams. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And nice work after the catch. He stopped a little short of the 1st down marker, but it is a pickup of 9.
3rd and 3.
Now a 2nd timeout called by the defense, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go until halftime. 3rd and short yardage, and here's Williams. A ball deep for the end zone. That's in the end zone and intercepted. And the Snowhawks will take over at their own 14-yard line.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
Taking off, and he'll be forced out of bounds just a couple of yards short of a 1st down. That's a pickup of 8. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. On the move left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive. The offense just couldn't seem to get anything going that drive. They knew they had a long way to go, taking over possession that deep in their own territory. You want to pick up that 1st down and see if you can capitalize some momentum. Instead, the errant throw brings up 4th down, and they're going to have to punt it away.
And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. Cam Little for this field goal attempt. Now this defense will use a 3rd and final timeout. And they'll get a chance to catch their breath over on the sideline. So the move is for the field goal unit here. This from beyond 70 yards away. That one's on target, and it is good from the other side of midfield. One of the longest field goals in NFL history.
Harrison Butker set to kick off.
First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line.
37-yard line.
Here's a run to begin this third quarter. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And that's it. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Here's Williams now to throw. To the right. That's Pitts. And he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 4, but now it's 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Ready to run. They'll try to get this one on the ground. Pick up of 11 yards on that one. 1st down for Houston.
Typically in a 3rd down situation like this, Mike, you're thinking pass, but give credit to this offensive play caller. He flips his tendencies upside down, keeps the ball on the ground. Not only does he get a fresh set of downs, they pick up good yardage.
He was tackled at the 46-yard line. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
From the 46, here's 2nd and 8. Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd and 7.
3rd and 7. On the bootleg, it's Williams. This one broken up. It's incomplete. Good job separating the receiver from the ball, and it is 4th down.
I'd say one of the most critical elements of a dynamic offense, Mike, is how efficient are you on 3rd down. It's something these teams stress all week. Here's an opportunity to continue to extend this drive. The defense wins this time and brings up 4th down.
62-yard attempt.
That one's on target, and it is good from the other side of midfield. One of the longest field goals in NFL history. So after the field goal, back out is Little to kick this one away.
They'll take over 1st down and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. This drive will start on the ground, and he'll be tackled up around the 45-yard line. It's a nice start to the drive, a gain of 10 and a quick 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Right back to him on 1st down. Second and a yard.
2nd and 1.
Now they'll run. It's a counter. And they'll take this down inside the 35. It's a gain of 12 there. And that will be a 1st down.
2nd and short. Normally, this is a great time, Mike, to put the ball in the air and try to press the ball downfield. But in this case, they keep it on the ground. Has a similar effect. They pick up a good gain and a 1st down.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. He keeps it himself.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
So, from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd and 3. Taylor, the tight end, is in motion. Throwing on second down. Daniel. And he will score again. Travis Hunter. Touchdown Snowhawks. 3 touchdowns for the game. His first 3 of the year. And he missed it. That's a rare miss for the veteran. They are unable to add on the point after. So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. This is fielded inside the 5. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line.
Take over. First down and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Throwing on first down, it's Williams. Fires left sideline. That is complete. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
And the first down. First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Out of the gun, here's a run up the gut. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's second down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8.
Working out of the gun, here's Williams. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
We'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allowed the first down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the first down. And you don't earn the reputation this guy has, Mike, without having some really elite ball skills at your disposal. I mean, he's universally considered one of the best corners in the entire league, and when he makes plays like this, it's pretty easy to see why.
Throwing on second down, Williams. Quick throw, taken in. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
From the shotgun, it's a give up the middle.
He's brought down at the 31. A gain of 3. It's 4th down.
The field goal unit staying put. They're going to line up and go for this on 4th down. That's taken in. And he's going to be out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, inside the 20. It's a pickup of 12 as they wind up converting on 4th down. On 1st and 10, it's Williams. That is caught at the 3. And they'll get him down inside the 5-yard line. It's 1st and goal coming up. So we'll take it to the other end as we are through 3. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Well, a chance to get right back in it here. First down and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he will score. Game on. Touchdown, Houston. That's his 2nd touchdown of the game. He's doubled his season output. He now has 4. And now they'll go with the more popular of late analytics-driven decision. Down 8, going for 2. That's pulled in. And they're able to tack on a 2-point conversion.
Everything's about matchups, especially down here this close to the goal line. I think my guy is better than your guy. I'm going to put him in a position to have success, throw it up to him, and let him do the rest.
Now the kicking team here will take a timeout, and they'll get a chance to catch their breath over on the sideline. So things a little more interesting now. Back to a 1-score game as they kick it away. This taken at the 5. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line.
At their own
Now a give on the ground. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
Brought down back at the 31-yard line.
Cowboy 80. Panther 60. Panther 60. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal.
And before the snap, we have a whistle. And this could very well be a false start. Following the penalty, he'll run it. He'll try to get back to the line, but he's not happy. Gonna lose a yard.
You know, at this point, the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on third down? Or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground?
That is caught left side by Taylor. And he's going to be out of bounds right around midfield. A big one there on third down. Good for 26 yards. First and 10. Taylor, the tight end, is in motion. Now Daniels throwing on first and 10. They try to set up the screen, but this one doomed from the start. It's incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
Seven Pirates.
Daniels to throw on second down. And he's out of bounds down inside the 35. A gain of 17 yards. That's enough for a first down.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the fourth quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative. Just handoff right, handoff left. And it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
An opportunity for what could be a game-sealing touchdown right here. First down and goal. Here's a run. A short kick down to the 7.
He's tackled at the 7-yard line. A pickup of 2. Brings up second and goal.
Now here's second and goal.
Buffalo 18. Viking 18. Go.
Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. That one is caught in the back of the end zone. Jarquez Hunter. Touchdown Anchorage. Make it 4 touchdowns for him on the afternoon. Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. That's going to be caught. So add a couple more points, and they add to their lead. So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. Now return coming from the 7. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Vegas! On the slip! Yes!
Here's Williams on first and 10. A throw left side there, not going to find the target. Incomplete.
Incomplete.
Second and 10.
It's now second and 10 at the 25-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Williams. He's got his running back downfield, and it's complete. They get 22 yards there. First down for Houston.
And this is a tricky part. Do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
From the 39, here's a first and 10.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
They'll turn and hand this one off. And a good run there. Gonna get him 5 yards.
At this point, we're going to need 2 hands to count for how many yards he's averaged in this one, Mike. But unfortunately, it just hasn't been enough to overcome the deficit here at this stage of the game.
And for a 3rd time today, he's intercepted. And the Snowhawks are going to have it at their own 32-yard line.
Well, I think by now, Mike, we know where the biggest mismatch of this game has been. This defense is all over this passing game. Everywhere they look, they have defenders in the right spot. They've resulted now in 3 interceptions, all while forcing this offense to try to adjust their game plan on the fly.
A good physical run, motoring forward for 9.
So when you're evaluating the impact of a team's run game, I think it's important at the end of the game to look back and say, okay, how many yards did they run for? But more importantly, when did those yards come? Did I run for those yards in the 4th quarter, which typically means I had to lead? That's the sign of a successful run game as opposed to getting a lot.
The pass rush gets home and he goes down. Boom, Bishop from the secondary, able to record the sack.
And it's 3rd down.
So, 2 minutes to play here in the 2nd half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's 3rd down.
19 side, rig alert, rig alert. Hey, check. 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick.
They'll drop to throw. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. 11 yards on the connection there. And that will be a 1st down.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
Taylor, the tight end, is in motion. Daniels now on 1st down. On the run to the right. He'll get rid of it and complete it. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. Going for it all. That is caught to the goal line and in. Dante Thornton. Touchdown, Snowhawks. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. The extra point by Butker is good. And the Snowhawks will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. This one taken at the 7. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. Looking middle of the field, it's complete.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get it to the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
On 2nd down, it's Williams. His throw left side is complete. And he's going to be out of bounds just beyond midfield. They'll get 19 out of that play. 1st down for Houston. Here's Williams. Moving outside the pocket. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away. And that'll set up 2nd down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball. Very positive returns on that run. I mean, really, the only thing not to like is that they weren't able to move the chains. But you know what? The way he ran there, I think they go right back to him and see if he has even a bigger carry in.
That's going to be pretty close. Looked at first glance that he had it in. He does. First down. Here's a timeout, Houston. That's their second. The clock will stop with an even 20 seconds to go. Off play action. Here's Williams. Oh, in trouble, and down he goes. Tyrese Knight getting in there to bring him down. His first sack of the season. Second and 11. Handoff here, up the middle, and he'll be brought down there, and that'll put a wrap on this one. Time has expired in this fourth quarter. So it's a win for our visitors. They get the victory here, away from home, to run their early season record to 2-0. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olsen and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long, everyone.